What's up, Transformers fans? It is Tron back with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers 1 Studio Series Starscream. But before we do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and all that jazz. But yeah, first of all, I just want to say thanks for the support recently. We've been getting a lot of new subs, but yeah, thank you guys so much. We greatly appreciate it over here, Mondo and I. But yeah. Enough of my yapping, let's take a look at Starscream here. So first things first, this is Starscream in his alt mode. As you can see here, I have his like gun. I don't know, he comes with this thing that, you'll see. The top here is detachable. And then you can have Starscream hold this in robot mode, but I think it looks kind of stupid. Oh, as it goes in there deeper, I think. But either way, I don't really care for this at all. I don't care for this blue piece. I just care for this, so it's on here in his alt mode. It kind of completes it. This guy I could have done without. But yeah, this is Starscream in his alt mode here, and it's like just like in the movie. It's kind of giving Tetrajet vibes. So I'm happy that the Transformers 1 crew kind of paid homage to the Tetrajet in a way without making it too triangular, I guess. But obviously you can see some of the inspiration. Kind of looks like a triangle here and all that. And I love the color like here, like the tannish. It's not like a white, it's not like a gray like G1 Starscream. It's more of like, I don't know if you want to call it like a beige or like a very 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 light brown. But I love the color, like the main color of this guy. And of course you got your reds throughout and your blues as well. I feel like they could have maybe a little bit more blue would have been nice, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain too much about this guy. He looks very cool. A lot of detail here and throughout the jet design. Cockpit here has a nice gold, nice nose cone. Again, with some nice details in there. Got some like vent thingies here. Very cool. And also guns here. He's got plenty of firepower. He's got his 2 guns here. He's got a few missiles or something there on the wings and all that. And in the back here, you got his boosters. Looking very, very nice. Very nicely sculpted. Even the back here, that almost looks like a thruster right there. But yeah, overall, a very, very cool looking alt mode. Like I said, nice Tetrajet without being too triangular and goofy. But I really dig this alt mode. I really like it. And I think they did a very good job with it. But I will say, transforming this guy into the jet is it's interesting. I'll use that word because I have poor transformation skills. They run in the family. But there's just a lot of weird things going on with it. But I mean, it was my first time, but I don't know. I'll just say it was different. But I mean, hey, if this is the product, I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much about it, because this looks really, really nice. So now we're gonna have Starscream transform into his robot mode. So without further ado, Starscream transform. So here is Starscream in robot mode, and he looks pretty damn good in his robot mode, I must say. Looking very cool, very menacing, as Starscream should. But let's get a closer look at him. Let's unpose him here. But I will say the joints on this guy are very, very good. They're very, I don't know how to describe it, I guess smooth, I guess, you know what I mean? This feels like quality, you know what I mean? Especially in the legs on these guys, not like floppy or anything. Feels very, very good. So good on the joints. They're stiff, but like they're not so stiff to the point where you think you're gonna snap them. So yeah, I like the joints on this guy and all that stuff. But we'll get into more articulation later. But first, let's take a look at the head sculpt. It's very nice, nice silver face, and a very, Starscream-ish head sculpt here. Looks very similar to the G1 head sculpt, but you know, different touches and differences and all that. Awesome chest plate here. I like the silver little design there. And you see the cockpit there as well. The nice blue arms. And again, I highlighted this beigeish color earlier, or whatever you want to call it. I like that color a lot. But yeah, red chest plate. And he's got black like thigh area here. Same as here with the joints and the elbows. In the backpack, it looks very nice, very, you know, organized and all that. His whatever you want to call these, G1 callback. I'm not a plane expert, so I don't know what the hell those are supposed to be or whatever, or if they're even actually a part of a plane or yada yada yada. But when I see these, I know that's a Seeker, and if they're red, chances are that's Starscream. But yeah, more blue down here on like the knee-ish area, and also the feet. And then yeah, very little hollowness. These guys cover up most of the hollowness down here, aside from back here, which that's nothing. I'm perfectly fine with that. So yeah, not a very hollow figure at all. I mean, a tad bit in the forearms here, but not bad at all. But the only thing I think looks kind of weird on this guy is how like these guys are like the back of his foot. I don't know, that looks kind of weird. I don't know how to feel about those, but you know, this is not a huge deal, but I think it just looks a bit odd. Yeah, and also his guns up here are detachable, so if you really want to take these guys off, but just be careful. The shoulder pads here, those are very sensitive. Those will pop off. Yeah, the guns do pop off, but you just gotta be careful of the shoulder pads here, as they will pop off pretty easily. But yeah, I mean, he just looks very, very cool. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, well, that's more articulation. So we'll get into articulation. So his head can look up, not very far, I guess. It can look down pretty far. Looks down, up that far. You can do 360 all the way around. Arms, pretty much makes a T. And as I was gonna say is, the wings can move around and all that. So if you want to put his arm forward like that, you can just move the wings, and it still looks pretty good. But nice elbow bend, very nice elbow bend, further than 90. This guy spins all the way around. No waist, which kind of sucks, but you know, I wish he had waist. I mean, that's kind of, we're at the point now where like if a figure doesn't have waist, I'm gonna give a pass to the Constructicons, 86 Constructicons, because they got to form a larger robot, so I'll give them a slight pass. But like just single figures like this, we're at the point now where I expect that they have waist, so that's kind of a bummer. But nice knee bend. Look at that knee bend. Very appropriate for Starscream if you want to get him in like a, I don't know, cool little flying stance or something like that. But he can kick very far up. As far back as about that, because the backpack in the back is in the way. This guy goes all the way around. And no rocker, but I mean his feet can go down, I guess, if that's any help. And this back here can go up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. I really wish he had waist, though. That's kind of a bummer. But I mean, everything else, great. Alright, so overall, what do I think of Transformers 1 Studio Series Starscream? I think he's a really solid figure. He looks very good in both robot mode and in his Cybertronian jet mode. I mean, the paint is all good. Like I said, the joints are good. All that, at least on my copy. And the design is just awesome. So I'm really glad we got this figure. But I will say, like I'll say again, it's very unfortunate that we don't get waist. That's kind of a bummer. And I mean, this guy, is kind of pointless unless you want him to hold it and make it a tiny gun. But I mean, he's got these guys. I can't picture Starscream holding an actual weapon unless it's Megatron. So yeah, this guy, he won't be used at all. he'll be put in a plastic baggie. But I mean, yeah, like I said, it was my first time transforming him, so a little bit rough around the edges. The shoulders do pop off pretty easily, so be careful of that. It's like weird, like hit my camera. This whole thing pops off easily, but there's a tiny thing like here. This top part here has to come forward and twist like this, so that this is facing forward during this transformation. So that was a little bit of a pain because the shoulder kept popping off, but not too big of a deal. I mean, they're a little stubborn, but I mean, other than that, I mean, and then yeah, these guys like to pop off too in the back also during transformation. These guys, they'll pop off here and here, but they're very easy to put back on. So even though things pop off, they are very easy to put back into place and all that. So with everything in mind, I'm probably gonna give this Starscream, I'll probably give him an 8.7. I think that's fair. Pretty large deduction because no waist. Like I said, big bummer there. But I mean, he just looks sick and he's Starscream, so I couldn't give him anything below an 8. So I mean, yeah, 8.7. I think that's fair. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this guy. Comment what you think down below about this figure. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for docking.